Hi guys, welcome back to the attic. Balancing Goblin here. I'm filming this one in the morning because I've learned my lesson. In this heat, the late night, chill with a beer videos are pretty hard to withstand, and I don't want to have to get the guns out and the vest on again. So it's not even 9 a.m. and we're already on 25 degrees in the attic. And actually, yeah, I brought this up here last night. I'm interested to see how high it gets today. But yeah, time for maybe this video will have a bit of a different energy. Normally I'm relaxing with a beer, I'm pretty tired after my day. I mean, I'm still tired, but I've got my coffee and I'm eager to get this filmed and get out of here and go get some stuff done. So that's good coffee. Right, down on the Silent Hill coaster. So I was talking in the last video about a new independent store that had just opened, pretty local to me, called Rerun in Old Swan, Liverpool. And that is where I picked up the sealed Worms World Party that I inhaled the air from inside last video. Now there was something else there that caught my eye, and I mentioned it in the video. And I was passing yesterday to go to Screwfix to pick up a drill bit that I needed for a project, which we'll talk about in a minute. And while I knew I was going to be passing, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go back for that thing, and I'm going to take some trade-in stuff, like some duplicates I've got from charity shops and a game. Oh, hi Lily. Cat's arrived. Some duplicates and a game I didn't like. Took them in. Anyway, don't knock the tripod over. Fuck off. So I picked up a sealed Civilization 2, which was £20, except it wasn't, because I got £15 trade value for the junk that I took in there. Well, it wasn't junk. Let me be 100% clear. It was Tomb Raider Anniversary on PS2, which I think was like £1 or £2 in a charity shop a while ago, and I actually ended up with a duplicate of that. There was Mist Exile. Is that Mist 4 Exile, is it? I think. On PS2 as well. Also ended up with a duplicate of that because I had I'd put a bid for a few pounds on an auction, and then I forgot about it and bought one, and then I won the auction as well. So took that in. And also, sadly for some, the Japanese copy of Rage Racer, which I'd got for Retro Red Steve's challenge last month. Now, last month got so insane in my life that I didn't end up filming the challenge. So it's partly because of how busy I was, and partly because when I tried the game, it started up. I thought the intro was amazing, the music was amazing, it was all stylish, but the gameplay, I thought it was poor. And I know that's going to hurt some feelings, but it's just the way that when you touch a wall or another car, even if it's the most glancing blow, it always like halves your speed or something, and it's so frustrating. I couldn't get on with it. So that got traded in as well. So those three came to £15 trade value, which means, moving on, that I got a sealed Civilization 2 for £20. Now this is interesting because I think this might be a reseal. Now let's talk about sealed PS1 games. I'm going to come behind the camera for a second and step over the cat so we can take a closer look at this. Now the Worms World Party that I unsealed last episode had the strip, and it was obviously an official sealed game. This one, no strip, and there are some packets have like Y folds on them. This doesn't have Y folds. It looks like a reseal to me. And something else that makes me think that is, how did this happen to the inlay? So let's have a conversation in the comments. Is this a reseal? Maybe it is. We'll find out more when we open it. There might be like an old cigarette in it or something. And I was reading, apparently not all sealed PS1 games necessarily throughout the lifetime of the console had the official strip. Some of them, whether they were like sealed by other distributors or Sony relaxed their packaging requirements, didn't necessarily have it. So can we do the science? Is it possible that this is a factory sealed game with a few tears in it, or like here for example, or is this definitely a reseal? Either way, for £5, I love this game. I used to play this on my dad's Mac laptop that he brought home from work, and loved it. And now ZX Tetley was saying to me, oh, it's good, you know, the PS1 version's good, you'll have to get a mouse for it. And I was like, oh damn, like I can't have my eye on a mouse anyway, and now I'm going to end up spending what, 70 quid or something on a nice one with a white mouse mat, a boxed one. Anyway, we'll see if we can get a deal on that, maybe after next payday. So without further ado, I think I'm going to unseal this game. Let's do it. Let's go nuts. I'm going to try not to drop it down the hole that leads up to the attic. How did they get those scuffs on the case if it's been sealed? Do you know what I mean? What do you think? Let's carefully open it up. And I'm not going to inhale the air from this one because it probably doesn't have the purity of the air that was in Wales World Party. Manual looks alright. There's a little bit of wearing down there. That could just be, do you know what, that's probably from rubbing against this like little bracket that holds the manual in over time, being jiggled around on a shelf and whatnot. Oh look, we've got the technology. Oh, that's nice. There's a Asteroids advert on the back. I'm not going to bother weighing this because that is flimsy. That's definitely not going to get on the leaderboard. We've got a map. Well, I say a map. Let's put the game down. So I need more hands. I need to be like Vishnu or something to hold all this. Yeah, the technology advanced chart. Advances chart with terrain and unit specifications. This looks new. This feels like it has never been unfolded. That's pretty nice. Plastics. Speaking of plastics, I need to look into some plastic manufacturing processes today for a project. And we've got a bunch of units information. This is really nice. Happy with that. Let's fold that up. We also got the Activision survey card. This looks brand new. Does it? It seems like it's two. Yeah, it's like folded in half, but it's like stuck. There we go. Oh yeah, that's got to be never been opened, has it? Okay. So that is a sign that nobody's ever really opened this game, or even, well, nobody's opened the survey card. How did this damage happen to the manual though? To the inlay? Strange. And the disc. Is that a fingerprint? Let's enhance. Is that my fingerprint? I don't know. I don't think I've touched the bottom of it. And there's a few little tiny scratches on it. It's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say. This disc doesn't look new to me, but they've got to get in the boxes somehow, haven't they? And who knows? Maybe there were different kind of assembly processes for actually packing these games together, and that could be how this happened. I don't know. Anyway, let's put all the junk back in the box. I'm already perspiring. There we go. So I'll come around to the other side of the camera again. Try not to fall in the hole. So yeah, what do you think? I don't know. There's things here that don't make sense to me, like the damage to the inlay. I'll try and straighten that out a little bit with my thumbs. The slight marks on the disc, possible fingerprint on the disc, the questionable seal. I think this is probably a reseal, but essentially for £5 for a game that I've played countless hours on the Mac in the past, I'm actually pretty happy with it, to be honest. You know, the manual, the map and the survey card, really nice condition. The disc is really nice, despite a few tiny marks that might give away that it was not brand new. So yeah, Civ 2. Anyone else like this game? I do. So that will go, let's just pop it on the end of the shelf there for now. The transparent chair is back so that you can view all of the game stuff. I've actually expanded the dark fantasy corner. I don't know if you can see this with maybe there's a bit of glare on the box protectors and that, but so we had Symphony of the Night and Shadow Tower. I've added the Symphony soundtrack and Legacy of Kain's Soul Reaver, the lenticular case. Let me show you this actually, because this is incredible. This is such a cool thing. So you know in Soul Reaver there's this mechanic where you have the material realm and the spectral realm, and you switch between them, and there's a time difference. So like, yeah, so this is the material realm, and then there'll be like a platforming puzzle where you can't get on top of like this pillar, for example, but when that happens, obviously not in this example, but the pillar will be broken halfway and you can make a jump and then switch back, you know, afterwards, whatever, to help solve the puzzles. How cool is that? Incredible. What an item. Absolutely love that. I got some of these AliExpress box protectors, and well, it's really working well, the lenticular effect on camera, isn't it? Anyway, let's press on. I don't want this to be a long video, not 48 minutes like the last one, jeez. But I think if we're not drinking beer, we'll do okay. Right, let's take a sip of coffee and a breath, and move on to the next pickup. Only 2 pickups for today, but they're both doozies, as they say. So this isn't a pickup. You may remember, if you watched my video a while ago from when I got back from Spain, that I went to a retro game store in Barcelona called World Vicious. I think it's not a Spanish word or an English word. I don't know how they came up with that name. But Vicious, maybe it is a Spanish word and I just don't know it. And they had a game I've been after, Shining in the Darkness. Obviously this is the Japanese version, and being an RPG, dungeon crawler RPG, that's not particularly playable to me. I could probably get through it actually, because it looks like it has similar interfaces to Shining Force, which I love. I've absolutely smashed that game, you know, obviously completed it. And I think this is one of those cases, this game, where the PAL version actually has the best cover, the best box. So I've been on the lookout for this and being patient, because there's people on eBay that, like, to get a nice one, there's one from Poland that I had my eye on, but it was going to cost me like £90 or something to get it here. And I was like, it looks nice, but £90, dude? Really, my dude? So we had a bit of patience, and we've been doing a lot of vintage browsing. I haven't got Mr. Scissors. I'm gonna, this looks well protected. And you can probably guess what's in this bubble wrap. Let's see if we can snap the tape. Oh, this is exciting. I haven't seen this. I haven't opened it yet. I was saving this moment for you guys. Are we heating up? No, still 25. I'm heating up. Let's wipe the sweat from my hands to respect this game. Come on. Oh yes. Oh yeah. There we go. Is it a little bit of a wipe on the back? Oh no, wiping it with my thumb has done it. There we have Shining in the Darkness, the PAL one. I'm going to come around here so I can make sure that you can see the cover. Look at that artwork. So nice. Is that his hair? What is that? Like there's a slug on your forehead. That is incredible. Here we go. Around the back. It's got a little bit of don't know if that's on the plastic or anything. I'll try to clean that up. But yeah, pretty nice copy. I'm happy with this. It's still got some seal residue on there. Let's just compare the boxes with the Japanese one to start with. Here we go. Yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, this is cool. I like the kind of, the font on the title, and that makes me think of word art. Used to be in the computer room in primary school doing word art in like Word 95. Pretty sure I had that effect. What a title for a game as well, Shining in the Darkness. It just evokes the imagination for me. I gotta say, okay, so the Japanese one's got a better back. I love this this map thing, that looks cool. But yeah, for me the front cover, it's no contest. The PAL one is amazing. The USA one has the PAL artwork, but it's sort of got a black border around it. And for some reason, when I see the word Genesis, it's just like negative points for me. I don't know why. Sorry, the seal from Civ 2 is sticking to my foot. Let's see what's inside. So let's have a look at the manual first. Pretty nice. Yeah, really nice. Oh, look. We've got some Nikoft. What does that mean? We've got a lot of languages here. Scorebook. Has anyone filled it in? No. That's cool. Oh, it's like a logbook you get with your car. Imagine getting this and it's like your car's been serviced, but it's someone beating Shining in the Darkness like 9 times. All the different owners. We've got a little bit of a smudgy, bit of a yogurt stain on the back. Bit of a wank stain. So I'll have to see if I can clean that up. But yeah, nice. And finally, the cart. Yep, that is pretty spot on. Can't complain about that. So I'll give this a test, and not only that, I will give this a play. We will be playing this one, my dudes. Yes, we will. Looking forward to this. As soon as I started playing Shining Force, I just smashed through it. Yeah, love that game. So yeah, let's pop it back in the case. Pop up. And tuck that in there. There we go. Shining in the Darkness. Finally got the PAL one in the collection. So come on, box. There we go. Very happy with that indeed. Okay, back around the hole. Let's have a sip of coffee, and time for the project update and closing remarks. How's everyone doing? Are we all alright? I've just had a bit of a freak coffee splash onto my hand. Okay. So made a little bit of progress yesterday on the arcade stick project. Last time you saw it, I was explaining how the stick was mounted, but it didn't properly work yet because, as you can see, this case is very shallow, and there was an issue where there was not enough clearance, and hopefully you can see this, but the bottom of the shaft, like the little screw bit where you can undo it, was poking through. So there was an access hole in the bottom, but it was very small, you know, just enough to get a screwdriver through. So I bought a fancy stepped drill bit yesterday, and I have now enlarged that hole so that there is full unrestricted range of motion available. Now you might be thinking, doesn't that tickle your leg? Ooh, and the answer is yes. So the plan is to get a I'm gonna get a piece of acrylic cut, pretty much. I think I'll draw it in CAD. There are 4 M4 threaded mounting holes here, which are supposed to be used with these like suction cup feet that came with the stick. but I'm going to bin those off and use them to mount the acrylic piece to the bottom. So obviously the acrylic piece will also have a little gap in it, but it will keep the stick from tickling your legs, by extending the bottom of the case very slightly. So I'll work out the right, doing some god fists. Yeah, so that is coming together mechanically. It is nearly there, and now electronically. So as some of you may know if you've been paying attention in my videos, I was planning to use the 8BitDo M30 controller and wireless receiver, which is in the Mega Drive, in order to connect it up. And that is now in progress because I have removed the PCB from inside the controller. I have disconnected the battery and insulated the terminals. And if I come around here, I can show you that there's this like conductive material over the traces for the buttons, but you can't solder to that because what is that, like a graphite or something? So as you can see from both sides of each contact, I have used a little flathead screwdriver and I have scraped it back to the copper on all of those buttons so that I can solder to there. I'll also need to attach my own switches across these 4 teeny tiny switches here, and there's also the shoulder buttons as well. I haven't done it yet, but if I flip this over, you can see I am going to desolder these bits and just connect straight into the PCB because there's not that much space inside the case, and I don't want to have to put these little extra boards in. But yeah, pretty cute little board. That's really nice, nice and compact. So yeah, that is coming along. I'll use a USB-C like pass-through extension cable pretty much to put another terminal, another port on the case so that you can charge it. And pretty much I was going to get a button as a prop for this, but the idea is you know, when you say you're making a custom wireless Mega Drive arcade stick, people think, oh, I have no idea how to do that. But really, your arcade parts in the stick, it's just a bunch of switches, right? You push a button and there are 2 terminals, and when the button's pressed, they're connected. When the button isn't pressed, they're not connected. Same on the pad. When you press a button, these 2 bits get connected. So all you have to do is take your arcade stick switch, solder one side of it to here, one side of it to here, and you have made your custom arcade stick. Like that's it. That's really all you need to do. It doesn't take an engineering degree to do it. So that's the plan, and that is coming along. I did a little bit of work on the mini TV as well yesterday. Go on, I'm going to grab you out of the tripod just for a moment. And we're going to keep this one less than 30 minutes, so come with me. So mini TV, there's a little bit of a mess over here. There's the leaderboard. The heaviest manual leaderboard is next to Cozy Famicom Corner over here. So yeah, as you can see, there's various bits here that I was using for testing the mini Seiko TV, which come here. It's got an old horrible old aux cable in the side at the moment, but yeah, trying to work out which of the inputs that we need to get this working, because it would seem that it's not exactly well standardized, adapting left and right audio and video into one of these. In fact, well, audio and video, isn't it? Because it's only, pretty sure it's only a 3-pole port. Anyway, yeah, so that work on that is underway, and I am going to build an adapter by cutting the end of this and using, I've actually lost the the white audio one, but using these. And I did actually get a picture out of the PlayStation and the sound of the starter part of the PlayStation on it yesterday by physically holding the end of this against against this kind of like that. So obviously against the video one for the video. So that's coming along. That is gonna hopefully work soon. I opened it up, I dismantled it, reflowed the solder to the ports on the joints on the 3.5mm AV ports, which is here, just to check that that wasn't an issue. And it all seems hunky-dory, all the caps were happy, you know, no obvious signs of bursting of the caps, so that's all good. This TV is just chilling under there for now. I'm going to paint the back of that like a dark grey, I think, and clean it up. That still needs to happen. I need to test the VHS on it as well. Hello. Meow. Cat making an appearance in this video. Hello. Oh, she's cute. There was something else I wanted to show you over here. What was it? Oh yeah, and last little thing is that these phone holder things that I bought a bag of like 18 of them, cleared out the range, that I'm using as CD stands. I've got a bin bag of them in the corner and I wanted to use some of them, so I just put up some nice looking Japanese PlayStation games here. So we've got No One Can Stop Mr. Domino, what a game, and then Ace Combat 1 and 2, just chilling there for just because I wanted to see what it would look like to have this. You know, I wanted to imagine if I did that across the whole display here, what would it look like? And I think the answer is pretty fucking special. Yeah, pretty nice, yeah. So that display may grow. Right, let's do an outro. Get you back in here. So we're nearly, I thought this would be a 20-minute video, but we are quickly approaching 30, so. There we go. Whew. Right, where are we? Still 25 degrees in the attic. I'll let you know. I'm going to keep an eye on this later. I don't know if it's going to be as sunny today on the roof as yesterday, but I swear it must have been 35 plus in here last night. It was unbearable. I was testing that little TV. I had to go in the garden like and pre-cool myself and then leg it up the stairs. I come in and start like, you know, testing where the signals went, which one, where the ground is and that, and trying to get a picture and sound out of it. Yeah, it was rough. There was no chance of, even with a cold cherry beer, we weren't going to get a video up here last night. But I've made time this morning to come up and put my coffee energy into this one. So oh yeah, we briefly saw the heaviest manual leaderboard over there. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been commenting the suggestions. I've got several of the more affordable options that people have suggested, and other ones that I've spotted from my own research are on the way from Vinted or eBay or whatnot. And I also wanted to give a shout out to another normal Yorkshireman, or Barry as his name is, for shouting me out in his video from yesterday, I think it was. He gave me a mention at the end regarding my manual weighing antics. So if you've come here from his channel, yeah, you're in the right place. You obviously like PS1, and I am obsessed with PS1, and yeah, lots more PS1 related content to come. So welcome all to the attic. Right, I'm going to leave you there and get on with my day and actually go and look into getting this this piece of acrylic cut for the stick at some point today, hopefully, if shit doesn't all kick off as soon as I check my phone after this. So thanks for watching, and catch you next time. See ya.